Hey, sweeties. Welcome to Love Out Loud with Lisa this week. I am so excited to be with you again today. I hope that you all will help me to spread the word about Love Out Loud with Lisa so that I can hopefully encourage and simply bring a smile to more people. Today, I want to talk to you about things that happened en route to the mission field again, because there's so many wonderful stories to share. I want to tell you about just 2 years ago first. 2 years ago, I was en route to Romania, and I was going to get to stop for 3 days in Paris, France on the way. I can't even tell you how excited I was. It's ridiculous how excited I was because, I sort of live by the Dolly Parton method. Like sometimes it takes a little money to look this cheap. But I was just so excited. And I had went to several vintage shops. I had bought like really, really cool vintage clothes at a very reduced rate. I even had bought some pretend eyelashes. I'm not even kidding. I was so excited that for 3 days, I was going to be in Paris. I took all my stacked flip-flops, including my silver glitter ones. Oh, such a find. So we get there, we're so excited. And there's 5 people on this project en route to Romania. All 4 people got their luggage right on time. I kept standing there. Mine never came. Like ever. And so finally, I walked over to a gentleman and I was like, "Excuse me, sir, my luggage never came." And he goes, "I'm sorry, miss, but we are closing." Forgive my French accent. And I go, "Well, what do you mean you're closing? You can't close. You're a major airport." And then he goes, "Actually, ma'am, we can. This is Paris, and at 5 o'clock we close." And I go, "You mean like close?" He goes, "Close." And he sort of very nicely escorted me out the door, locked it behind me, and I was just standing there. I didn't have anything with me. Nothing, sweeties. I was going to be flying overnight, so I flew in a caftan like house dress. I had nothing. I didn't even have any makeup. I didn't have anything. So I thought, well, surely I'll get it in the next few hours. So I went to the concierge when we got to the hotel, and they were trying. They were so sweet. They were trying really hard to help me, but there was nothing. So after about 8 hours, I began to have to accept I didn't have anything. So I was like, what am I going to do? So I go across the street from the hotel to like what I could tell was pharmaceutical, like a Walgreens. And I walked in, and the young lady did not speak English, but I showed her I had been flying and my luggage didn't come. She was like, "Oh, yes, we understand, yeah." And I said, She goes, "Oh, yes." So she took me over to mascara. Then I said, She goes, "Oh, yes." She took me over to eyeliner. I was like, She took me over to base, makeup, and powder. And I was like, She took me to lipstick. And then I was like, "Okay, sweetie, most important, I need And she goes, "Lacquer." I go, "Yes, lacquer. I need lacquer." So she took me over to truly lacquer. So I get back. We go take all that across the street. Then I was like, okay, I have to have at least one thing to wear. So I thought, well, I'll have to base that around Romania because I was going to be speaking in a little village at a church and everything. So I went in to several shops. Sweeties, I don't know. Women from the South, we kind of have just a little more, meat on our bones. So I kept looking at all these gorgeous dresses, but they were all like really a lot of cleavage, a lot of everything. which I could have never, ever, ever worn in that little village. So finally, I went up to a young lady and I was like, hey, sweetie. And she did speak English. I said, I'm looking for just a little dress just a little dress. And she goes, oh, yes, okay. And she looks me kind of up and down. Oh, yes, size 46. And I go, well, usually it's like a 10, but if you say 46, 46 it is. And then I go, and ma'am, I need not sexy. She goes, ah, yes. I'm not making this up. She comes back with this one dress. It had ruffles all over it, had ruffles below my knee, and it had tied at my neck, like right there. And she almost yells it. I'm gonna do it as loud as she did just to show you what it was like. Now there's all these gorgeous women in there, right? And she goes, size 46, not sexy for the American. She's right over there. Size 46, not sexy. And I'm like going, yeah, that's me. It's for size 46, not sexy. So I went and tried it on, and sure enough, size 46 fit perfect. And I came out and I had this, and I was like, may I just wear it and pay for it? And she said, yes, that is unusual, but yes. So I go back to the hotel, and thank goodness I at least have some makeup, some lacquer, and one size 46, not sexy, tied the neck dress. So for the next 11 days, I did 5 countries in 10 days in this orange dress that was so like this, that had ruffles everywhere, that tied at the neck. It was almost like a Where's Waldo. I was like, is no one noticing in all my posts? I'm wearing the exact same thing in every picture. And I mean, you talk about lacquer, honey. It was lacquer. I mean, when the wind would blow, my whole head would almost move. I was like, boy, I'm telling you, this is like, what the, I mean, it was unbelievable. But that's what I did for 11 days. 3.5 months later, I look at my phone and it just says Ireland, Dublin, Ireland. I'm like, I think I'll just see what this one is. Hello? I said, is this Lisa Kell? And I go, yes. I said, we have a piece of luggage that has been retrieved from somewhere, from luggage heaven. And they were like, it'll be delivered to your home tomorrow. And I was like, oh, wow. Thank you so much. The next day, like a FedEx or a UPS guy came and, he had my luggage. I was, oh, thank you so much. And he kept going, ma'am, I'm just a delivery guy. I was like, I know, but thank you. I got inside. I looked at all the cool vintage stuff, down to the eyelashes and the big old fun costume jewelry. I had even bought some sunglasses. And you know what I thought about, sweeties? I thought about how that was not supposed to be my focus. My focus was supposed to be on the village people in Romania that I was going to get to speak to and encourage, and I did. In my orange dress that tied at the neck with my lacquer hair. But what the Lord did was he helped me to focus on what really mattered. He gave it all back, but he just helped me to focus on what really mattered. And now I always try to remember, okay, Lisa, it's okay to have fun with all that, but what really matters today is encouraging and helping someone. And I hope this did that for you. I will see you next week. I love you all so much. Please tell your friends, and please keep visiting. Bye, sweeties.